Hey guys, Dzaraa here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Elst Outskirts, playing for today's spawning in the south. We have the L2P team. Barton has the Brits, who has commandos, mobile assault, and tactical support. Team up with him is VonIvan. Has the Soviets, who has mechanized support, armor assault, and Soviet industry. Let's go off against them in the north. We have Rutra as the OKW, who has breakthrough, fortifications, and special operations. Teaming up with him is Dzaraa, who has Jaeger armor, lightning war, and blitzkrieg as Elst. This is of course for the ultimate team tournament. This is game 1. I suppose this is round 2 now. I think there were some scheduling issues with this match. Was supposed to be played last week, ended up being played this week at a different time to the other scheduled matches. Thought I'd give it some coverage, see what these two are up to. Of course, Barton and VonIvan, very well known 1v1 players, but don't actually have much experience playing together. For about 40 games together total, which is not that many. And the 2v2 ranks reflect that. May not be strictly aware of the 2v2 meta as well. Looks like they're both going to the south. Got a very early tech from VonIvan straight into Maxims. So I think, you know, going for one side does make sense in this case. Because, you know, getting your tech structure up early as Soviets does lead to quite a slow start. So if they try and spread across both flanks, probably not going to be too successful for them. And yeah, these two are much more experienced in 2v2. They're actually top 10 allies in rank 13 Axis. With a lot more games together, closer to 300 I think, so these two should be a much more experienced team. And 2 out of the ordinary so far. Quite an early mortar, we've seen this quite frequently. Sometimes double mortars quite early on. Of course quite good against the Maxims. Also just generally quite good in 2v2s, you know, you can generally spare a bit more of your manpower onto support weapons because you don't need as much infantry to cap the entire map because you're splitting capping duties between 2 players. The strategy seems to be working out alright for the allies. Holding on to a decent chunk of the map. They are losing control of their munitions now thanks to this Kubel, however, so they're going to try to rectify that. But yeah, they've been holding 1 or 2 VPs throughout most of the match. They haven't really been able to get rid of all these squads over here. Really need a mortar of their own. VonIvan has locked in industry quite early as well. It's a strategy we haven't really seen from other teams so far. These conscripts are going to lose this head-on fight, and that coup wasn't even at full health in that fight. Actually quite low. Looks like maybe VonIvan got a bit unlucky with the penetration. Maxim shutting down that Stern Pioneer flank there, but looks like Axis have regained a lot of control over here. Brits a little bit powerless to this kind of stuff in the early game. Unless they go for the universal carrier and get the Wasp, which is what Barton has not done. That's actually a very popular option on this map. In 2v2s, getting the Wasp. Probably would have been a good idea because there are a lot of buildings, especially in this southern flank where they're trying to fight. The Wasp is very strong at dealing with. And it's kind of seemed like as soon as VonIvan started branching out towards the north, Barton just kind of collapsed here. He's floating a lot of resources. Clearly he's got some kind of build in his mind, but really needs one more unit here. It's a little bit understaffed.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
He's gone for 3. Oh, okay, he's gone for early Mills bombs. There's just a lob one from all the way here into there. It's quite a lot of damage. Doesn't clear it out though, and looks like they're about to lose control of this southern flank. Those mortars going to work for the Axis. Barton now picks up a sniper, but this is very late. Should have got that about a minute ago. Remember the British sniper, very strong against buildings. 100% accuracy against buildings, whereas most other snipers is close to 60%, I think. And that kind of makes sense because, you know, the Brits have, oh my gosh, somehow won their race to the... They were standing right at the door. These guys just ran all the way around here and got in before them somehow. Curious. But yeah, Brits don't have, you know, very good access to indirect fire. They have to build a mortar pit, which is obviously not very mobile. And they have to get the Wasp to get a flamethrower, which is also quite difficult. So it kind of makes sense that their snipers as effective against buildings as it is, because otherwise their garrison clearing tools are quite weak. Also have very poor access to smoke.
Armored cars can now be built.
Just overall their garrison clearing abilities are quite poor. Easy dodge of that rifle grenade there, bit of a waste. Just munitions. But the munitions control has been strong. Kind of surprised we haven't seen some LMG upgrades from him yet. So it seems like the Axis have had a slightly better map control. VonIvan has kind of stopped contesting this flank so much. Still, the Allies haven't had very good munitions control. This Kubel is actually really nice at harassing the munitions point, which is very deep into enemy's territory, but you know, when you got something speedy like a Kubel, it actually makes it quite accessible. Got an attempted flank here, getting shut down. But I'm looking for something to snipe. Sniper only got 1 kill so far. And we actually have Rutra going straight for the Puma. Barton is going for the AEC. Interesting to see how those two match up. Very similar overall in stats, health, damage, rate of fire. Puma does have the superior range though by 10. But it comes down to whether you can actually make effective use of that range. But the Puma does also have quite good line of sight as well. Big flank coming in here. Maxim should perhaps consider jumping into this building to prevent this cutoff. There's Maxim trying to end the life of this Kubel, but this Kubel refuses to die. He's going to get it this time. Too busy microing over here perhaps. Gets 2 Fausts off on the AEC. Maxim very late to deal with this threat though. He scouted that out a while ago. Now the Puma is speeding down the road towards this area. VonIvan feigning like he has anti-tank grenades, but he actually does not. Wheeling his Zis out now. So Puma disengages. I believe, yeah, the Kubel will end up getting destroyed by that Maxim there. Puma doing a pretty good job up here though. He's got a reasonably strong machine gun. VonIvan trying to set up here. Could lose it. Okay, gets anti-tank grenades now. Gets the snare off, should open up the cap, but things are not all rosy down here in the south. Axis putting pressure on the fuel again. Axis seem to have their build orders slightly tighter than the Allies. They're floating less. Like Barton especially has been floating a tremendous amount. So he's spent some of that now. He's putting up a mortar pit just outside of the range of that VP. In fact, just outside of the range of both VPs. It's generally a bad idea. If you're getting a mortar pit up, you really want to be in range of the VPs. I think we've seen some go down in this region before. We've seen mortar pits around here before, which is a reasonable position. But yeah, if you put them on the VP, so they cover the VPs, you know, somebody always has to have control of the VPs to win the game. Anytime the enemy wants to cover the VPs, they're guaranteed going to be in the line of fire of that mortar pit. Ooh, nice rifle grenade. This could be the end of the Maxim. It is. It's picked off there. Is this in a good position? VonIvan doesn't have many squads here. Might not be able to recrew this. Oh, it's going to get stolen. Is he going to use the Zis barrage? He is indeed. Oh, a little bit late. And the Maxim gets out of there. Nice pickup for Dzaraa. Nice rifle grenade, and very risky, you know, putting your machine gun all clumped up on light cover like that. Enough to resist there, it looks like. Not too successful. Wow, we've actually got a medic bunker right here in the center of the map. I don't think we've seen any of that so far. Also seen Barton designate his AC as a command vehicle. His units are going to be getting those slight combat bonuses it provides. What is he doing with his sniper here? Man, that was risky. So they're putting pressure on the munitions, but similarly for the Axis in the north. Yeah, this mortar pit now pretty much out of the equation in this position. That's the thing, I feel like it's just going to be inactive, occupying his population supply, not firing at anything. So I feel like Barton needs to be a little bit more aggressive with his infantry. It seems like VonIvan's taking a lot of the manpower bleed this game. VonIvan haven't gone for industry. Doesn't have any upgrades for the conscripts, no PPSHs, so they're going to drop off quite badly throughout this period of the game where Grenadiers and Grenadiers get their weapon upgrades. Barton making use of the recon plane. Does cost munitions these days. I'm kind of surprised he was using it there. This stage I'll probably be trying to save. Oh, it looks like he lost a squad. Missed that. Maybe it was to a mortar shell. Looks like that's where they went down. I would assume to the mortars. Yeah, at this stage, if I was Barton, I'd be trying to get some LMGs. On my squad. Oh man, look at this Maxim. It's basically exactly in the line. I'm kind of lucky with the slight scatter on that rocket. Could be in a squad right there. And lines continue to be quite static. kind of defined by the Allies early. They haven't really been contested that much. This is what I was talking about. It's very far back here. Not in range of the VPs. Just in the middle. Don't get too much done there. They're just pushing forwards. Looks like they want to chain Faust this AEC. A lot of damage onto it. And oh, main gun destroyed as well. Just needs one more Faust to kill it, and the Faust coming off cooldown very quickly, so that's going to be the end of Barton's command AEC. Oh! Huge grenade! And he wipes 2 grenadiers and on the return. That is crazy. Maybe there's a mortar shell mixed in there as well. Okay, so that could have gone worse for Barton, you know, after losing his AC. At least he got some revenge, wiping out 2 grenadiers. Instantly on the rebuild for Dzaraa. Dzaraa, who's floating a lot of resources here. He's ticked all the way up to tier 4. Hasn't put his tech structures down quite yet though. Also went for tier 2, which is sometimes uncommon. To get a pack from it, but that hasn't really done anything the entire game. Well, I've been putting down a few repair stations early. Nothing to repair though, now that the AC is dead. But there will be a centaur very shortly. Kind of surprising that he puts down all of these repair stations. Let's go for a tank first.
Anti-aircraft tank ready and waiting.
We don't know how strong it is. Oh! Katyusha very vulnerable to small arms. Has almost no armor at all. It has like close to half the armor of Panzerwerfer. I think it's going to get away though. Nope, Puma's charging in. Misses his first shot, connects with the wall. Outskirts Urian get the anti-tank grenade off. And that's going to be a dead Puma, but dead Katyusha as well. So yeah, I feel like the Puma's probably... I mean, it does scale right into the late game with its target weak point, like... what's it called? Not target weak point, it's aimed shot. Basically the same thing though. Yeah, I'll probably take that trade. It costs similar amounts, and Katyusha's going to scale a lot better into the late game than the Puma is. So Centaur for Barton. No selection of commanders yet from either of the Axis players. I know that Blitzkrieg has been quite popular throughout this tournament. Very powerful in team games because there's a command tank which makes infantry a lot more durable against rocket artillery. Also your tank's more durable too. Of course these too close usable, and a recon class, and it's tactician, so your tank's even harder to kill. So very strong in team games. Ooh, here comes the Brumbear. We're going to see a machine gun steal from Barton this time. A Talonmine sitting here, which could be dangerous. He's coming for a Faust. No, rifle grenade. Barton's actually rebuilt his AEC command vehicle. Must be aiming in this region. There's out the anti-tank gun, but looks like Barton's going to be able to recrew that at the very worst. But look at VonIvan's supply, 28. Kind of just shows how much of a hammering he's been taking this game. Conscripts are if you don't get the upgrades in conscripts, they just don't scale very well. Balance patch did change things a little bit, but not that much. They still end up being a little bit of a liability. It's kind of there to soak up bullets, capture territory, and throw anti-tank grenades. So if I'd either go for 2 Zis, which is kind of confusing, because it's got to strap him with manpower. Maybe he's thinking about going for the KV2. But if he was thinking about doing that, probably best that he doesn't build that second Zis and just uses manpower for KV2, because he's getting very close to 14 CPs. Well, maybe it'll be alright. Maybe it'll work out decently. I would put 3 kills. Yeah, as I was saying, it's just not very useful in its current position. It's, yeah, 2v2 amateur move, I'd have to say there. You're more to put in a position like that from Barton. That thing matters, you know, that's occupying, I think those are 10 supply, right? Building a mortar pit. It's quite a big chunk of his army to be sitting around doing nothing most of the game. Barton himself making a second anti-tank gun. Well, finally runs over that teller that was there. Got a pack in a pretty decent position here, and it takes out the Centaur with, that did very little really. Stuka barrage does quite a lot. Doesn't clear out the Zis and just start forcing away the Rumbia. But now the Zis is open for the steel. Looks like it's going to be just flat out destroyed here.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
And where are all the squads? Why are there no defenses here in the south? Barton's got 3 machine guns, but somehow none of them able to shut this down. VonIvan up here, scrapping out against these OKW squads, but just can't hold this ground because the conscripts and the maxims just aren't powerful enough to keep back those weapon upgraded OKW forces. And even if you do, you know, suppress the squad with the maxim, it's not like you're killing the models very quickly. You're not inflicting much manpower bleed. And you can see Rutra has a very high army supply as a result. Dzaraa actually going for lightning war, going to bring in a tiger. Slightly unexpected considering he went all the way to tier 4. Now we've got infantry support gunner in position, trying to knock out the mortar pit back there. In fact, pit doing a good job against these Elst grenadiers, however. Oh, this could be a white. No, good retreat. There's the KV2. I think the field is very similar time to the Tiger. So this thing has a lot of work to do. At the moment there is no rocket artillery for the Allies, which is a big problem. KV2 in its, I forget what this is, set up mode. Siege mode? I don't know. Either way, it's the bonus range, rate of fire. It was of course very vulnerable to anti-tank guns and bombing runs when it's in that mode. The munitions cache down from Dzaraa. Gotta pop off those strafes. KV2 up here with not that much support, honestly. No infantry, just got a ZIS, no machine guns as well. That's for the SU-85 now. Tiger pushing forwards. This is going to be decrewed again for VonIvan. This one also in jeopardy now. He's tried to use it for capping. It's not looking good for the allies here. They're getting pushed right back. Ooh, but that's a good way to turn things around. Nice wipe from the KV2. Conscripts keep bundle grenade there. Need to retreat. Flak half track now from Rutra. It's not actually going to be useful in this situation, I don't think. Perhaps, I mean, they should be aware of what commanders the allies have, right? This is pretty obvious. Industry is the only tank that has KV2. And for Barton, going for a commander with a command vehicle, they don't need to be worried about the off-map planes. I'm not sure why they went for flak half track here. Doesn't seem to make much sense. I suppose they can shoot down the supply planes, but I think that's that big of an issue. Not that I build a whole unit to try and counter those supply planes. Uh-oh, this could be trouble for the KV2. Pack and Tiger lining up on it. KV2 taking a battering. We've got some Raketen sneaking up from behind as well. Here comes a Faust. He's just so greedy, not deactivating the firing positions mode until super late. Looks like it's going to go down to the Stu Close air support now. Still alive. Still alive somehow. Perhaps Raketens don't have line of sight of it here. Still alive somehow. The miracle tank, the KV2. Limping away super slowly. Raketens closing in. Should have sight of it here, but will they bounce? No. KV2 goes down, just really greedy with both positioning and just maintain the activation of the ability for so long, trying to just fight head on. A losing fight. He ends up getting caught. You know, maybe if he had this flank more well secured, if he had a maximum covering so that squad couldn't come down for the Faust. Yeah, just only Maxim up here fighting in the north. Overall, VonIvan has been bleeding so much this game. Anyway, Barton has gone for Anvil. He's got himself a Churchill. Tiger coming down here, wants to scrap it out. It's the Churchill, but it's taking a lot of rear armor hits from these AT guns. Never forget, this is the commander with artillery cover. Did receive quite a few nerfs. But still pretty powerful ability, honestly. Pretty close in power level to the too close air support, I'd say. But it's obviously more expensive. Not as good value for munitions.
Sector.
Positioning on the 6-pounder. Target's been soaking up quite a lot of damage. Oh, Pack 43 going up in the center for Rutra. Actually, one thing that the Allies are missing there. They don't have a big off-map bombing run or anything like that, so clearing out that Pack 43 is probably going to be pretty hard. Also, don't have the howitzer really. I suppose Barton have access to the pyrotechnics on one of his squads, which, you know, of course he has gone. We've got a big engagement here. I don't think he's got any mines down here, which is a problem. Because he doesn't have any way to snare these tanks, and as a result he has to lose a lot of territory here. Yeah, I mean, this is what I was talking about. Only 3 kills. It's Vet 2, but remember, it's taken quite a lot of damage. I'm sure it's helped towards its veterancy. Bad positioning on that mortar pit. And now the Allies getting pushed right back. Barton floating a lot of manpower again. Probably needs to make some more engineers. So he can repair up his tank a bit faster. Oh, is that the bunker busting barrage coming in here? Going after those AT guns. Most of Ura and hoping to get AT grenade, but they're gonna get it, looks like. Not actually give up. Could have got it. Don't think it would result in the death of this, but would have stopped it from coming back in and trying to do some harassment here. The threat of death. So perhaps would have led to better VP control for the Allies. Okay, we've actually got another repair station for VonIvan. Well, the other ones got destroyed by the walking Stuka earlier. Axis do have quite a lot of munitions, zeroing artillery and too close air support. Very strong off-map abilities. Those double lost mortars going at work here, 22, 17. So we're seeing a long-range Katyusha barrage. Going to knock out this mortar, I think. Not having much luck. Got T-34 as well for Von in the north. Looks like that's going to be hunted down by the Yak Panzer. But be careful. You see, there's no squads up here with a Faust, so T-34 should be reasonably safe. VonIvan doesn't just stop it here for no reason. What is he doing? Oh man, that is dead. Oh, what is he doing? What is VonIvan doing? That was horrible. I think he was thinking, oh, I can outmaneuver this and get in there with a T grenade and do some fancy tricks, but to already taken 2 hits like that, it's just too risky to go for a maneuver like that. Maybe if your tank's at full health. Oh, huge walking Stuka barrage there. Clears out the Zis. Stops Barton from repairing this up. Remember, he still only has 1 repair. 1 engineer for repairs. Despite floating 700 manpower. Now they're calling in a supply plane. Just got shot down. There's some fuel down here though. Looks like that's going to be picked up for VonIvan. With it he's... No, he's not actually going to make a tank, he's making a Maxim. Maybe he's going to try to save his way back up to the KV2, but losing that first KV2 was a huge blow. Really, a lot of these losses for VonIvan are just coming down to greed. Not playing conservatively enough. Because the Axis are playing this quite well, you know, in situations like this. Stand there for a bit longer, but pulls back. Because in 2v2s, you never know, you know. Tanks can come up at any stage in support, and all of a sudden your somewhat healthy tank can just be destroyed in a split second. So there's quite a lot of damage pushed in there onto the Tiger and the Panther. Over the Allies still struggling to cap here. VonIvan's taking so many losses in Barton. Why has he got so few squads? Where are these repairmen? Oh, it looks like they went off to the Churchill. No. Switch. Oh, look at all these squads in a line. Oh, Barton. Should have predicted where that was going. He just took a hammering there. Actually, one of those machine guns got destroyed right then. Barton also not playing too well. So they're going after the Pack 43 this time. Not having much success. A little bit of damage to it, but bit of a waste to be inflicting manpower bleed with that. Probably onto, you know, Aussie mortars. You can decrew one of these, you know, it gets rid of the veterans here on those Vet 3 mortars. It's actually very vulnerable, even if you can't destroy them. Looks like the Axis ready to make a big push in the south. Allies have a little bit here. 2 Su-85s, tank gun, Churchill Firefly. Pretty well defended in terms of anti-tank, but remember there's going to be too close air support. Just have so much munitions, plus 73 at the moment. Been harassing that northern munitions point quite well throughout the match. Tank destroyers trading blows here. Su-85 doing some good work on this Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer sticking in there. Su-85 should be able to get the kill here. There goes the Jagdpanzer just sitting around. Tigers pushing forwards now. Su-85 just sitting there picking off, and here comes the too close air support. So you got target weak point off from the pack, and that's going to be a dead SU-85. The SU-85 comes in from the side, but that's getting hit from a kitten through the middle. VonIvan needs to get that out of there. What is he doing? Late reactions. Looks like he gets it away, but Panther's going to chase in and try to get the kill. Down goes the command vehicle. I don't think he even tried to move it. More smoke. See support planes coming in. Not targeting much. Maybe it could go down here though. No. It will require one more shot after that anyway. It actually seems to be quite fast now that it's... And it seems like a bit of a slideshow's going on here. The graphics.
Emplacement under attack.
Oh, VonIvan briefly brings us back in. He's trying to avoid the Raketen, but the Raketen gets him. Down it goes. So, not even that well of an executed push there from the Axis, but it doesn't matter. The Allies collapsed nonetheless. I feel like this was kind of... Oh, look at these trees. Yeah, something weird is going on with my graphics, for sure. Well, this wasn't the most well-played game from either VonIvan or Barton. I feel like this is not the strongest strategy for Brits either, or the Soviets, but it's good to see them trying something different to the rest of the field. But I feel like the execution, the strategy could have some merit, but the execution from Barton and VonIvan has certainly been lacking.
One of our forward structures has been destroyed.
Whereas the Axis have been playing pretty close to the meta strategy and working out quite well for them. Another long range Katyusha barrage, not up to much. I guess it's their barrage, only 5, or now 6 kills. Oh! Did he kill the Werfer? He got the Werfer! Oh, that was lucky.
We are down to 75 points. Enemy forces are capturing our
Those are being
supplies.
exchanged. And something's going on with the physics. My frame rate is currently 14 frames per second. Something happened during this game. Of course, my graphics turned to custard. 50 VPs left for the Allies, but it's looking pretty grim for them. About 50 supply behind total in army. But double Fireflies here, working on the Tiger, but in come the Grenadiers. Use tactical movement, didn't even need to. Looks like he's going to get the snare off anyway. It's too close to support behind that. Allies are going to have to retreat again. You know, since he lost that Centaur, they don't have the good counter to this anymore. I'm going to target this 385 next. Oh, nearly goes down. Well, I'm kind of lucky. Didn't keep reversing it there. Could have easily gone down.
An emplacement is being attacked.
We're taking a bit of damage here. I think it's going to go down though. It's the range Katyusha barrage this time. Do some decent damage to the Obers. Gets the wipe in fact. Late retreat, but I feel like the Axis just don't even care that much. We feel like they've got this game pretty well locked up. Where did it go wrong for the Allies? I feel like... Oh, okay, here we go. We're seeing the artillery cover finally.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Artillery cover.
anti-tank gun.
Here comes the artillery cover. I believe these days it applies a
25 points left.
50% reload bonus or penalty. Still suppresses infantry, I believe. Yeah, I think Barton should have been... Oh yeah, just generally the Ally strategy didn't seem that well executed. You know, both of them were floating at various points in the early game, especially Barton. Barton needs to be a bit more aggressive with his infantry, I feel. So I feel like it's a bit of a waste not getting... not getting LMGs on his Tommies. Makes him just so much stronger. Command vehicles I don't think really help the Allies almost at all this game. There's too close to the support coming in. He's coming forwards for a crew grenade here. VPs left, Allies still hanging in there. But they're having to stay in the danger zone of too close air support. Takes care of that Firefly. The other one also getting low. EC-85 continuing to scrap it out against these Panthers. Main gun destroyed on one of them. Oh, I thought that was going to be the kill, but not quite. EC-85 one shot from death. Could go down to this last pass. Oh, it doesn't even need 2 VPs run out before that happens. So yeah, I think we see here 2 very strong 1v1 players trying an off-meta strategy, not executing it particularly well, and also not playing terribly well. They just quite a few losses, unnecessary losses from both players, honestly. But very well played from the Axis. They played a very conservative game, just to ground out the win. And yeah, just played a strong strategy. What seems to be close to what seems to be a stronger strategy as Axis. And it seems like a lot of these Ultimate Team Tournament games do seem to be going towards the Axis side for the wins. Well, I'll wrap on that, guys. If you'd like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.